Today is episode 2 of the Rags to Riches series. If you aren't aware, this series is pretty much about us starting on a brand new fresh account in the Red Balloon camp, and I'm going to be showing you guys my entire journey to make it all the way to the Hall of Masters. And by the way, I did change my name to Boltrix for this account because this was the top comment on the last video. So without further ado, let's hop right into it. We've got to watch out though. Oh, they disconnected. And we actually have 1,000 monkey money, which means we can unlock the banana farm. So let's get that bad boy. Oh my God. Oh my. There's no way Dude, I accidentally just unlocked the village. I'm so mad. They just don't know how to. Oh, they disconnected. Oh my God. How to efficiently rush your opponent somewhat during the. Oh my God, dude. All right, so we got the map docks, which happens to be the longest map in all of Battles 2, so it's probably going to be Lake Game Central. Not actually. But it looks like our opponent's going to be starting off with the Dartling Gunner as their first Bonfire Tower, which we're going to do the same exact thing as well. Now, Dartling Gunner, it's really not all that good on this map, but it definitely can still get the job done. And yes, we actually did get 2 disconnections and a surrender already, so that gave us, what, 6 trophies? And also, yes, I did accidentally buy the village. I'm still salty about that. But the good thing is the village can become handy for us once we get into the higher arenas. But for now, I'm going to really focus on getting the banana farm because with having banana farms, we'll be able to have more money on hand to rush our opponents. And I really want to show you guys how to effectively rush during the mid-game rounds because tons and tons of players will die to these rushes. Thus, you'll be able to increase your trophy count and eventually get to the Hall of Masters, which is why we're doing this series in general in the first place. I want to show you guys the journey from Red Balloon Camp, from literally having nothing unlocked either. We're on a brand new fresh account and show you guys the process it takes in order to get to the highest arena, which of course is the Hall of Masters. Now, if you guys didn't see my first video, I explained literally all of the basics that you need to know in regards to BT Battles 2, such as how to properly eco during the early game rounds, how to somewhat rush during the mid-game rounds, and much, much more. So if you haven't checked it out, go make sure to watch it. I'll have an entire playlist of this series here on my channel if you ever want to go back to watch a certain video. But with these videos too, I want to try to explain as much as I possibly can to y'all because there really is so much to this game, and the tutorial for this game does not teach you like really anything. Like, yeah, I guess it technically teaches you some things, but for example, it doesn't teach you how to properly farm, how to properly eco, how to properly rush, how to properly defend against BADs, DDTs, etc. So that's what I want to do with this series as well, teach you guys those things because those are a lot of common issues that newer players have trouble getting the hang of. And by the way, it's round 8 here, so we actually want to get to sending space purples. I sent the space blacks on accident, by the way, but what we probably should do is go for an ice shards. Now, where do we want this ice shards? You know what? I'm thinking all the way down here, actually, just because I don't want it to be too far away from my Dartling Gunner, if I'm being completely honest. So we'll go for that right now. And then here on round 9, we're going to get to sending space zebras because space zebras increase your eco by a decent amount. And also, we want to pressure our opponent here a little bit, okay? But we don't want to max the eco with grouped yellows because then we won't have any money during the mid-game rounds in order to defend against potential rushes ourselves. But we have 1,000 eco for round 9. See, this is probably not realistic. It's because we're on the map docks, the longest map again, so the rounds just last a long, long time. But we should probably go for another Dartling Gunner. Yeah, that wouldn't be too bad of an idea. So let's go for that. And dude, we're greeting out of our absolute minds right now. Round 11 is here, so we're gonna get back to sending group blues here. I'm gonna go for another 022 Dartling Gunner, by the way. So maybe we can go a little bit later with this game, since in the first video, we didn't go lit at all. We just simply rushed our opponents pretty early on because none of them were able to defend against even the tiniest mid-game rush, okay? But this guy, he's got a reactor over on his side, Dartling Gunner, double guns engineer as well. He might be fine, actually. So we're going to send space rainbows here on round 12 since they are, in fact, super efficient. And then once round 13 hits, we can actually probably start mixing already some pink eco here since we have so much money on hand. So yeah, we'll get to doing that. Now, can my defenses defend against literally anything and everything? Absolutely not, right? With a tower boost, we would be fine against most things. But because we don't have Fussy the Snowman in order to enhance our ice, we're pretty vulnerable if I'm being completely honest right now. And you might be asking yourself, well, Boltrix, why don't you go for a Hydra rocket pods? And that is a fantastic question, little Timmy. Reason being is because HRP is honestly not all that good. Can't solo dolo like it used to, so it's kind of hard to defend against mid-game rushes with just that upgrade. You're gonna need a little bit more in order to potentially defend against like regen rainbows and stuff like that. But this guy actually ended up going for the balloon trap over on his side, okay? So that's a good play because he's pretty much fully countering our eco, because now we're gonna be sending him consistent eco, aka feeding his balloon trap, aka feeding him money. But that's absolutely fine with me. Not a big deal because the balloon trap's not really in the greatest spot anyway. And like I said, I want to take this game a little bit later. We'll be a little bit aggressive towards him. I hope he doesn't die, but no promises at the same time because we are still in red balloon camp. But for like a red balloon camp player, he's pretty solid actually. He did stop ecoing, okay, so he might end up sending us a rush here. And if he does, what we're gonna end up doing is spamming the heck out of 000 Dartling Gunners, okay? I really hope he rushes us, but again, just no promises. But once we hit around 3,000 eco, we can start ecoing with group zebras. Now, 3,000 eco, it's a little bit low to do that, but since we have so much money on hand, I think we can get away with it. And he actually went for an HRP over on his side. Oh my God, okay, but with the wrong cross path. You don't want to go with the powerful darts cross path. That's incorrect. Laser shock is much, much better. Main reason is because with going for the powerful darts cross path, the accuracy is just terrible. I mean, look at the missiles currently. They're literally just like going all over the place. So without having that focus firing upgrade, you're actually gonna miss a ton of shots. But I can't believe it. Our opponent still has yet to rush us. You know what too? I never sent Zebra Eco, okay? So big mistake on my behalf, but it's all good. It's not like the end of the world or anything crazy, okay? So we have to watch out. Oh God. We have to watch out here because there are some AI LEDs. So I might actually leak here. Let's see. That should be able to pop it down. Our shards was able to, okay? So that of course is nice. Should we send him like a fortified BFB or just a normal BFB? Yeah, let's send him a normal BFB here on round 20. Now, fortified BFB is usually the way to go, but I kind of don't want him to die too at the same time because again, I want to take this game a little bit later. So it looks like the BFB is pushing a little bit down in the mob lair. He's going to probably have to use level 10 ability on Gwendolyn in order to defend, or maybe not. Okay, he's going to go for the top path. I forget what that upgrade's called. He actually might be able to fully defend against that. And, ooh, it's close. It's close. That's not death, right? Oh my, he was able to defend. Well freaking done, my friend. Okay, so we can't necessarily kill him because if we were to send him a ZOMG, he has a submarine. He could easily just first strike, of course. Oh, he's sending us a few ceramics. I'll just go for the balloon area denial system. Obviously, we don't need that, but I guess better safe than sorry. But round 26 DDTs are going to be pretty deadly for him because he doesn't have a solid and reliable way of defending against those, whereas we, in fact, do with having the ice because of the icicle impale. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to clear this obstacle up here, and we're going to start getting our impale ready. I guess we'll just have it directly above Quincy right here, and this has to be cross path. We don't have tier 5s. We don't. Oh, no. Okay. Kind of forgot about that, ladies and gentlemen. So what do we do here then? I'm thinking our best bet is going for some embrittlements because that can de-lead the DDTs down for us, and then we can go for like 3 maybe balloon area denial systems, and that should be able to hopefully seal the deal. Usually you would just go for a 205 icicle impale, and that can easily defend round 26 space DDTs. But again, he can't defend DDTs, okay? We have the chance of defending at least against one, so I think we're gonna be fine. And since we know round 26 is coming right around the corner, we actually want to switch back over to the pink balloon eco so that we can save up a bit more money, but also we just don't stop ecoing, you know? You still want to continue on building up that eco. It's just that if you eco with pinks, you'll have more money on hand, definitely, okay? And let's go for another balloon area denial system. And like I said, we could go for a third one. Now, the thing is, with the balloon area denial system, without embrittlements de-leading the DDTs down for us, because DDTs do in fact have lead properties, then these are not able to actually do any damage at all to those DDTs, okay? So we have to make sure that these de-lead, with the tower boost, they should be able to. And let's see here. He stopped decoing, okay? I kind of wanted to see if we could just defend, to be completely honest with y'all. But it looks like he's not going to be sending us one, okay? So we're just going to send one singular DDT. That's it. That's literally it. And he's not going to be able to defend. He's going to use a firebomb ability, level 10 Gwen ability. Okay, so maybe with that, he's going to be able to defend because he's cracking it down quite a bit. Super, super close. But he ends up dying to the DDT. Give us a thumbs up. Okay, I was going to say, did he actually defend? No, he was not able to. There's tons and tons of easy ways to handle DDTs. I know as a new player, though, they can be overwhelming, which is why we're here making this series, to show you guys the easiest ways to defend against things like that, okay? But wanted to go a little bit later there. Hopefully you guys learned something new. But again, we need to make it to Yellow Stadium. So let's get to doing that. And it looks like our opponent over here is going to be starting off with the attack shooter, okay? Now, the one wrong thing that they did was that they upgrade to the bottom path when upgrading to the middle path. Okay, so they have a 0-3-2 is what I'm saying. And that is the improper cross path. The 2-3-0 is much superior, okay? And if you aren't sure which cross path is better than another, you could probably just look it up on the Bloons wiki. There's an entire Wikipedia when it comes to BTD. And also there's tons of videos out there too about what cross paths are better when regarding certain upgrades, okay? Oh my God, I'm doing a big no-no here. I'm still equal with freaking grouped reds, guys. Oh my God, I'm supposed to show you guys how to be good. I'm playing like a freaking bot. And see, he just now went for Quincy, okay? And that's not what you should do. You should try to go for Quincy as soon as you possibly can. Of course, I did explain this in my last video, but in case you don't know, you should, though, go for a Dartling Gunner first before actually going for Quincy. And you don't want to go for Quincy if that means you're going to run out of money to send constant, consistent eco. You want to always be sending balloons, pretty much for the entirety of the game if you're using a pure eco strategy, which we are in fact. And what I mean when I say a pure eco strategy is that we have no sources of alt eco at all. None of our towers can make money for us. We don't have banana farms. Therefore, the only way that we can make money is by purely ecoing and getting our eco up. And round 7 is here, by the way, so let's get this down. The young man grouped yellows. He's probably gonna be struggling here a little bit. Now, do I think he's dead? No, but I could be wrong. Let's see. Okay, so the yellows, they do in fact push, but it looks like the blaze shooter is hard carrying. They're going to end up tower boosting as well. Mind you, they have not been sending us a singular balloon, so that is a big mess up on their behalf. Round 8 is in fact here, so let's get this in those space purples. And our eco game is actually not all that good, okay? And they're going to be sending us some grouped yellows themselves as well, but we should be able to fully defend against that. So because our eco game is not all that good, it's because we're both kind of popping the balloons pretty quickly, right, as they come off the map compared to on the map docks. But if your eco's a little bit lower for a certain game, then you definitely want to make sure that you do not over eco. You still need to have those proper defenses during the mid game rounds in case your opponent wants to rush you, okay? But I think with this game, we should just pretty much seal the deal, right? They don't have a solid amount of eco, so they probably wouldn't even last all that long. So here we're gonna send group zebras. I could have sent these a little bit earlier, but group purples all over top. They also don't have good camo detection. They have the ninja, but we can't even send camos anyway, and they absolutely stood no chance against that. GG's. And look at our opponent starting off with the Dartling Gunner. That is not the spot that you want to start off in. And also it looks like they're upgrading middle path, which you want to upgrade to the powerful darts initially. They had to remove the obstacle as well. And now they're finally sending us eco. So you definitely want to start off with the Dartling Gunner position that we currently have because it's just far superior. And they already had a tower boost as well. Yeah, that's a common thing down these lower arenas. These people do not care to boost at all. It's like they're afraid of leaking a singular life. And I get that mentality. I really do, because I used to be like that back in Battles 1. But remember, guys, it's okay to leak a few lives here and there as long as you are comfortable with the amount of lives that you have, okay? So if you don't want to leak like to less than 100 lives, then start worrying about those leaks once you get to around that area, okay? I personally don't worry until I'm like, I don't even know, freaking down to like 40 lives or something. I will tank lives if it means I can greed a little bit more, okay? Greeting is definitely worth it as long as you don't die, of course. All right, so they're actually layering kind of well right here with the space blacks over top of the grouped greens, but it looks like we are actually able to fully defend here. Okay, so round 7 is here as well. They're going for a attack shooter right there. Yeah, that's not going to help you out all that much, although they don't really need another tower. I mean, they could definitely use their hero, but I don't really have all that much money to send this guy constant, consistent yellow eco. So if your opponent doesn't have all that much money, then then you really only need 1022 Dartling. But I said this the last time that I played on this map, ice is really not that good on this map, guys, especially without Fussy the Snowman. So might struggle here a little bit. We should definitely watch out, especially if they end up sending us space zebras here. They went for a wall of fire over on their side, so they're going to be pretty a-okay. But we're going to be aggressive immediately when round 11 starts, okay? So it's going to be a bit risky because if we want to be aggressive, then we need money, of course, to rush our opponent, right? So we're going to completely stop ecoing here. And since they're hard ecoing with group yellows, I know they don't have the money in order to upgrade their defenses. Thus, this round 11 rush will, in fact, kill them. But let's get to immediately sending those zebras. Purples all over top as well because their attack shooter and wizard is not able to pop those all down. We can balloon boost to seal the deal as well. And that is, in fact, going to be another easy victory. Oh, no. Oh, no. Our opponent's struggling, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm calling it here. I'm calling it here. They're going to freaking die to space purples here on round 8 because Gwendolyn... Oh, wait. Nope. Never mind. I was wrong. They died to the group yellow eco. That's only because their heli was all the way in the back of the map and also their wizard. But again, those maps are a bit more difficult, and that's where people tend to choke. All right, so we only have, what, $2,000 here. So I'll show you guys. Literally just a 2K rush, okay? Group zebras, group purples all over top. 2K rush it is, and they're going to end up dying to that. So that's how easy it is, guys. Get ready to rush immediately on round 11, and probably 90% of your players will die, especially in these lower arenas. But I hope you guys did enjoy, and I hope you also learned something new in today's video. And again, if you guys ever have any questions regarding Battles 2, definitely let me know down in the comment section below, and I'll try my best to answer them. And if you guys haven't already checked out episode 1 of this series, go make sure to watch it. Just click the video on screen now.